Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about why your diet matters. I talked about this before. I want to talk it from a standpoint of how this is going to bring more abundance, more money into your life, more health, more happiness. I'm sure you've heard about how it's going to help with health. I talked about it a bit before about law of vibration. So I'm going to give you a story, and I mentioned it a couple times on here. I'm pretty impressed with the guy. Had a big effect on me in the past year watching some of his YouTube videos. Kyle Cease. So this guy is a comedian. He was right up there with, with Jim Carrey, working with Jim Carrey, doing a lot of stand-up from a young age. And he ended up doing 12 weeks raw vegan. Minute he goes 12 weeks raw vegan, I guess his vibration elevated, it went through the roof. He had a real clearing. It's possible he woke up more spiritually. And he gave up his entire career and shifted to doing YouTube and being of service to others and doing personal development and helping people heal. From diet. Literally from diet. The less meat you eat, the higher your vibration. But quite literally, I've had it come to me before of, you go and you do that cleanse and you're going to launch forward. You go and you do this. I mean, I will talk about at some point my old channel. It was so focused on self-healing that I'll see how this goes, to be honest. You do things like a liver cleanse. Colon cleansing is a big one too. Quite literally, you're clearing the old junk out of you, and you are creating space for, sounds so gross in that context, but for the new. You can clear blockages, including with things like apple cider vinegar, emotional blocks. You clear this stuff, you get the liver clean, you get the kidneys clean and supported, the gallbladder, colon cleansing, clear all this sort of stuff out, clean up your diet, your vibrations higher. So people are going, oh, and I kind of got into this a little bit the other day, where somebody was saying to me, but, oh, look how expensive, you got grass-fed beef, look how expensive that is. And I said, what's the cost of your health? How much is your health worth to you? It's priceless to me. And, I mean, grass-fed beef, it is full of omega-3s. They're going to help brain function. The protein's going to help brain function, rebuilding tissue. Your brain runs on fatty acids and amino acids. So right away, better moods, better sleep, less muscle soreness because your body's repairing, so it helps if you're exercising. Joint lubrication, you name it, memory, cognition. What do you think that's doing for your vibration? Excuse me. And I realized I had just said, not to be a hypocrite, about the thing with the meat and the vibration. Personally, I find for my body type, I do require red meat, and I do find I crave it and I need it. I feel really good with like the meat and the greens and that sort of thing. But yeah, by all means, more fruits, more veggies. You could, if you're drawing, experiment with raw vegan. I've seen people who've done fasting. They did like a 1 week cleanse, and it was like looking at a newborn baby. And we're talking about somebody like in their 60s with like a newborn baby. Literally, it's like wide-eyed looking around at the world, like everything is so bright and everything's so different. And it's, your diet is a biggie. So one of the best things I could advise is eat intuitively, whatever you're drawn to. Eat the amount you're drawn to, and go from there. And don't beat yourself up about if you do want to eat some things that kind of drop the whole, this is junk, this is this, this is that. Abraham Hicks talks about it, and I do kind of agree. I've talked to other people about it. It's not just what you eat, it's how you feel about it. If you're sitting there like, I want to eat that chocolate bar, but you're able to eat the chocolate bar, sit there with zero shame, zero regret, and going, I love myself and I'm still going to enjoy this chocolate bar, compared to somebody binge eating or shame eating it the whole time, everything in them's grumbling, going, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself? It's totally different. Same goes, whatever your thing is, a burger, cinnamon bun, whatever. Realize like your thoughts have a profound effect on the body. So yeah, and I mean, you go and you do some cleanses, the quality of the water you drink, the quality, if you are going to eat meat, the quality of the meat, huge difference, especially if you're an empath and sensitive. If you ate traditional meat, traditional bacon, depending on what it is, you might feel the suffering of that animal. You might really feel it. Then you go and switch to like halal meat, which is blessed, and then all of a sudden it feels light. It tastes sweet. You don't. There's almost like there's no heaviness. Grass-fed, organic, same sort of thing. Oh, this digests so well. It feels so good. It's so different. So different, and that is going to affect your vibration. So you do have to think about this because let's say you're going, I want to achieve X, Y, and Z. You want to manifest. You might not be realizing when you're going and eating the food that you're like, oh, how do I feel from it? Do I feel like shit from eating this? Or is it raising my vibration way up? I personally find some of those just mixed kind of fruit in general, mixed berries I've been finding recently, it just feels like incredible. Mixed berries and like bowls of broccoli and things like that. But absolutely, I would throw stuff in there like, oh, I feel like having a cinnamon bun or a donut or something like that if I feel like I want to have it. But I guess the idea is, on a whole, make sure that you are eating well, not just for the health, but for the vibration. For the vibration. It is going to affect your mental health. It is going to affect physical, mental, emotional health. Try to make sure, are you eating things that are inflaming you? If somebody's got anxiety, depression, I'm telling you right now, if you're eating stuff that's inflaming you, that's going to be really poking at that quite a bit. Abraham Hicks talks about it. It is one of the most important things you can do to be feeling good. What can you do to feel good? Personally, I randomly found things like fresh pressed juices I got into with like cayenne in it and cleared the gallbladder. Fresh fruits and vegetables. The more organic, the better. Your body doesn't have to digest as much of the toxins. The vibration's already higher. The fresher the food, the better. If you can literally pick an apple off a tree and eat it, that is loaded with chi and life force, and it's just going to be like zipping out of you. Well, I don't say zipping out of you, but like you'll be radiating. Keep in mind things like seeds and eggs and meat are a good one that I think of as far as for rebuilding the actual structure of the body. But things like seeds, they have that energy in them because they're able to grow into things. And black foods are very good for longevity. Yeah, the quality of the food and listen to your intuition. I mean, Paul Chek teaches, the holistic practitioner Paul Chek talks about it. He would teach different muscle testing techniques to clients, and they would come back and say, Paul, I don't know what it is, I'm testing, and it's telling me to eat sea urchin. And he's like, well, do you trust your soul sort of thing? Would you rather have medical bills or eat the damn sea urchin? And it is true. Like, I was drawn to aloe vera the one day, and aloe vera, I just took some actually from a container, but getting it fresh is what I was drawn to. It was kind of horrendous. The texture, everything to work with, it was a pain in the ass. But the feeling in my gut was incredible. It felt phenomenal. My body and everything in it was like, yes, this is exactly what you needed right now. And you would find, if you do, say, grocery orders, that it would be completely, quote-unquote, random. You might find yourself going, oh, okay, I've never eaten that okra. I guess I'm going to eat that okra. Oh, potato. Okay, I gotta grab some grapes. Don't normally eat grapes. Dragon fruit. There was a while there I was eating a ton of dragon fruit, a ton of avocados, and I don't know. I've had days I had like 4 or 5 oranges, where it's just like, not every day, but it will vary, and it depends on where you're at energetically, where your chakras, what areas need a little more love, and it will vary. So, in general, more fruits and veggies, higher quality meats, good quality fats, things like that. Move your body more, things like yoga, walking, exercise in general. Get rid of energetic blocks. Keep the energy moving properly. But yeah, one of the biggest things you might be overlooking is diet. Diet. I can tell you right now, even though I had that conversation the other day, people saying, oh, look how expensive this meat is. I don't care. I don't care how much, if it was way more expensive. I look at that like medicine. Some people go and buy fish oil, you go and buy grass-fed meat and it's high quality. It's loaded with those omega-3s. You feel so different from it. It digests so different. It doesn't matter if the fat content is way higher. It's got CLA in it, which literally helps to fight belly fat. Like, you might find your blood work gets way better, you get leaner, you put on more muscle, your brain feels better, everything, literally just from changing the quality of your meat. So the people who wanted to bash meat, I'm just telling you in general, I'm not ragging on vegans, that if they, before switching, or if they're called to by all means, if you switch to high quality meat source, it might be completely different your experience. Um, Fasting in itself, or if we talk about diet, if you're drawn to doing some fasting, your vibration will go up, giving the body a chance to clean itself, get the body clean. Parasite cleanses would be a biggie. Bad habits can really go when you do parasite cleanses. But yeah, for whatever reason, I feel drawn to mention the colon cleansing one. I've had it once with like the colonic. Uh, excuse me. And it was profound. The emotional, I'm trying to think, it was anger that came out. It just, I don't know what it was. My stomach probably went in like your stomach would probably sit further in as well. But it just felt like mainly the emotional stuff that came out. Like, oh, these blockages just went. Apple cider vinegar can have that effect too. Clear some blocks, just get things moving. And pay attention to when you have certain foods, how does it make you feel? Like, personally, I find dairy in general just, it's not the greatest. It really isn't, and it can be inflammatory depending on the person. So pay attention. What are you drawn to? What are the foods? How do you feel from them? What's your vibration? You want to be paying attention to your vibration. I probably will have to delve into law of vibration more, because you have to pay attention to everything. Who's the people you surround yourself with? What's your environment? What's your sleep like? What's your food like? What's your thoughts like? What's your friends like? What's your job or your work or your business like? Are you doing what you want to be doing? So in general terms, are you happy? I'm telling you right now, the happier you get, the more you are going to attract more things to be happy about. That means you need to be diligent in doing whatever it takes. If you need a nap, take a nap. If you need to have a look, if you're an empath, go and charge up. Spend some time alone in nature. Sit with a tree. Lean against the tree, and just meditate your ass off. And be alone and have that space and clear and clear and clear, and feel better and better, and elevate your vibration. Especially, this becomes even more important, all the stuff you talk about with the COVID stuff going on. Keep your immune system up. If you're watching the news and all this sort of stuff, if it's very depressing, what's that doing to your vibration? I will talk about it on another video about movies and stuff like that. Movies, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you're consuming visually and audibly with your ears. Whatever you're consuming, how is that affecting you? What are you taking in? And I mean, I remember seeing an Instagram post about that I found quite fascinating, where they talked about it was how it could kind of play out. You ever see people who they've got a ton of drama in their life, but they love watching dramas? How do you think it's going to pan out if you really love horror movies and things like that? You're practicing the vibration of fear in a low vibrational state. That's not good. How is that going to show up in your life or in your life? So, paying attention to how different things make you feel. And there's nothing more important than feeling good, and do more of that. Does it feel good? Yes or no? Okay, good. Lean into it more. Feels like crap? Stay away from it. And as I'm saying that, I'm almost hearing it about exercise, and I'll talk about that in another video. Do the exercise that makes you feel good. If you're one of these people, you're not a gym person, don't force it. Don't go to the gym. Go and do what makes you happy for exercise. Because otherwise you're just going to be feeling like complete crap, and you're kind of defeating that whole purpose. You want to be feeling better. You don't force. So, comments, questions down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, go from there. All right, take care.